You can get to a random family or go to an event or everything. Everybody's on that phone. Nobody's talking to each other. You can see people talking of like they are pressing their phone and everything. But if you ask them what is the name of the person sitting beside, they don't know. You might be sitting next to your breakthrough and not know because you are on your phone. Our relationships are dying. Our relationships are dying. The moment you stop learning, you start dying. And trust me, people are going to leave you behind. You are going to fall off, fade off, die. Right? You don't have to die physically for you to actually realize that you're dead. You can die mentally. How about making unique changes here? I mean, we do this all the time. You do this if you tell yourself the truth. You make New Year resolutions. But when you're getting to February, it looks like the energy is fading, the New Year resolutions is fading, your reads, your repeats this every year. Are you not tired? I am tired. I don't know about you. Hello, beautiful people. Happy New Year. Okay, so this is not really my first video for the year, but this is the first video that I'll be recording for this year, and I'm just so happy and excited for what this year is going to bring. And if you must know, we are 1 year in on YouTube. So by this time last year, that is January, I restarted my YouTube journey, and so far it has been a lot. It has been a lot of ups and downs and all that, and I am just so grateful for the community that I've been able to support me so far. You guys are the best. You guys keep me going, and I am just so happy. Like, my hopes are kind of high for what this year is going to bring. The second year on my YouTube journey, I'm so excited. My energy is high, right? And I am hopeful that this year will be better. I mean, we'll wrap the year up with about 575 subscribers. Thank you so much. And about 65,000 views. You guys made it possible, and I am so grateful. I can't wait for this year, right? But please, if you haven't joined this community yet, please do well to click the subscribe button. Do well to join. You can watch my other videos to see if it is something that you resonate with. On this channel, we do self-development talks, right? We do self-growth, we talk about life issues, and we give real talk without gatekeeping, right? So today, being my first video that I'm recording for the year, I mean, yeah, pardon my new look, permit my new look. I just decided to try something new, and I think I'm loving it. I might go back to making my hair. It depends on my mood. So we are going to see how it goes in the long run. So for today, we'll be starting out with something entirely different, still in line with what we used to, but a different ball game altogether. The theme for this year is to start doing. We have spoken a lot, we have talked a lot. It is time to start doing. If you have all the knowledge you think you have and you're not doing, then what is the essence of the knowledge? The knowledge is wasting. There is a popular saying that the greatest crime isn't burning a book. The greatest crime is buying a book and not reading the book. I mean, you're just keeping the book there to be occupying space and accumulating cobwebs, right? So what is it going to be that after knowing all of this, or after going through my video of last year and learning all that you've learned, the knowledge you've shared, and you're not doing? So this year, we need to start doing, right? So without talking too much or beating about the bush, let's just move into today's video. Today we'll be talking about 10 powerful things you need to do this year, right? 10 powerful things you need to do this year, because there is also a saying that said, if you keep doing the normal thing and expecting the abnormal, then you are not normal, right? For you to get the unusual, be ready to do the unusual, all right? So in this video, I won't be gatekeeping. I'll be sharing 10 powerful things you need to do this year. So here's something I've noticed over time. The truth is, every new year, we make New Year resolutions. I do that myself. So it's not like I'm pointing anybody else. I do it myself. But we also notice the pattern that before we get to February, it looks like this New Year resolution is fading away. It looks like the energy is dying out, right? And we just end up getting all overwhelmed, getting tired, even before we get to the mid-year, which is something I don't think we want to keep doing. Because you can't keep doing the usual and expecting unusual results. If you want to get unusual results, be ready to put in the unusual work, all right? So in this video, I'll be sharing 10 basic, simple, often neglected things that you need to do. These steps, I promise you, are very doable, sustainable, and very basic. No fake promises, no fake promises. I promise you, these are things you can do in the comfort of your home and actualize your goals in microseconds. Just real talk and real actions. All right. So without much further ado, let's just dive right into the video. So the first thing that you need to start doing this year is master the art of saying no. Please. I feel like most times you repeat this, but when it comes to doing it, you become tongue-tied. Alright? Master the art of saying no. Trust me, it is better for you to do this. Create your boundaries, build your self-respect, rather than trying to please everybody and become overwhelmed, burned out, and not being productive by the end of the day. It is okay to say no, especially when those requests or when those things are not in line with who you are or what your plans are for the day. Right? Learn to say no this year. Trust me, it is going to build your self-respect. It is going to cause people to respect you. It is going to build your person. It is going to help you get clarity in what you're doing. Not that you are saying yes to everything, and by the end of the day, you're living for others and you're not living for yourself. Then you rinse and repeat next month, next year, and you're asking yourself, why is my life stagnant? Why am I not moving? Your life is not moving because you have not learned the art of saying no. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. This is one thing most people do most times. You say no, then you start feeling guilty, then you go back to say yes at something that you should have said no to. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. All right. So the next thing you need to learn to do this year is the 5-minute rule for procrastination. All right. Let me call myself out. Last year I was very big, not good when it comes to procrastination. I had a lot of things I intended to do last year, but it looked like it was a lot on my table and I ended up procrastinating a lot. All right. And it is one thing I am actually working on this year, that this year, no, we are not procrastinating anything. It is better for us to highlight the things we are meant to do and do it than packing everything and procrastinating the things we are meant to do. Does that make sense? So this is where you impute the 5-minute rule for this procrastination thing. So instead of filling your table or filling your desk with a lot of things to do, how about you create 5 minutes for each and every task, right? For that particular task you've been procrastinating on, discipline yourself to build a 5-minute rule on that task. Tell yourself, today I'm going to dedicate 5 minutes without getting distracted for this particular thing. If it is that you need to study or you're learning a language or you need to do something, build a skill, learn something, and you have been pushing it, tell yourself, I'll be dedicating this 5 minutes to learn this thing. I'll be dedicating this 5 minutes to study this. I'll be dedicating this 5 minutes to attend to my clients. I'll be dedicating 5 minutes to do what I am meant to do. Because most times, to your surprise, you might exceed the 5 minutes that you dedicated for that particular thing. It has happened to me one too many times, right? And before you know it, that thing that you've been procrastinating, that thing that have been on your shelf and accumulating cobwebs will be done. All right. So this is the year when you discipline yourself to take better actions rather than talking. Dedicate 5 minutes for these things. It's not all about how long you're going to go. The thing is, are you showing up? All right. So show up for 5 minutes for those tasks that seem daunting, for those tasks that seem boring, that you have been pushing. All right. So moving on to the next thing you need to learn to do this year. So the next thing you need to learn to do this year is to daily learn. This is very important. I used to tell people, the moment you stop learning, you start dying. And trust me, people are going to leave you behind. You are going to fall off, fade off, die, right? You don't have to die physically for you to actually realize that you're dead. You can die mentally. So ensure that every day you're learning something. You are learning something. If by the end of the day you ask yourself, what have I learned today? And you realize it's nothing, that means you have not actually achieved anything for that day. If it is to write it out somewhere, write it out somewhere. Tell yourself, I am going to learn something today. There is no great name or man that you know today that don't learn. They learn daily. They grow their mind daily. They build themselves daily. You can never be successful if you don't make it a point of contact, if you don't make it a point of duty to learn something daily, no matter how small it is. What matters is that you're learning. What matters is that you got something today for your knowledge bank. What matters is that you're learning. The way you tell yourself, I'm going to be eating every day, ensure that you're also feeding your mind every day. It's not just about feeding your physical self. Are you feeding your mind? Are you growing mentally? All right. Tell yourself this year, no matter how small it is, I will be learning something this year. I will be learning one thing. I'll be better than I was yesterday, today. Tell yourself that, right? Discipline yourself to gain this. Discipline yourself to learn. Discipline yourself to grow daily. Because no matter how much you look at it, no matter the lie you tell yourself, you can never get to anywhere if you don't grow your mind. You can never get to anywhere if you don't grow your mind. Be it in your business, be it in your personal development, whatever it is. To get to that place, you need to get there by learning, growing your mind, growing every day, because the world is evolving. How can the world be evolving and you're not evolving? You need to pick up the pace. You need to grow. You need to evolve with the world. All right. So moving on to the next thing you need to learn this year. The next thing you need to do to make your year better off than your worst is to do your future self a favor. Yes, do something for yourself that your future self will be grateful for. I need to do something for Oluchi that the future Oluchi is going to be grateful for. This is not the future me. There is somewhere that I am going to. If you want to become a well-known person in your industry, a well-known person in your sphere of influence, the person you are right now, is that the person that is going to bring about the future? You ask yourself this question. Ask yourself this question and answer the question sincerely within yourself. If you need to be waking up early to help your future self, wake up early. If you need to be reading a book every day to help your future self, read your book. If you need to learn a skill, learn a skill. If you need to lay your bed, lay your bed. If you need to prep coffee, if you need to work out, if you need to eat oatmeal, do something that your future self will be grateful for. Not something that when you get to the future, you realize that, man, I should have done this while growing up. I should have done this while building myself. I should have done this while building my future self. All right. So no matter what you're doing, always put your future self in the picture. This thing I'm about to do, when I do it, will my future self be grateful for this? This thing I'm about to skip, if I skip it, will my future self be grateful for it? All right. So always have that at the back of your mind and question your actions, question your habits, question the daily things that you do. Will myself in 10 years be happy for this? Will myself in 30 years be happy for this? All right, don't just take decisions for the pleasure of the now. What will tomorrow say? What will be the result tomorrow? All right, so without beating this too much, let's move to the next thing you need to learn to do better this year. The next thing you need to learn to do this year is the gratitude snapshot. This is very important. We scream this, we talk about this everywhere, but do we really do it? There is something we used to say in my place that when you appreciate a cook for what they did, they are going to do more. When you appreciate a king for what they did, they are going to do more. When you appreciate anybody for what they did, they will do more. So also, when you appreciate yourself for what you've done, you will do more. Trust me, it is a mental thing. All right? This is what you're going to do. The gratitude snapshot. I feel it is something very important. This should be even number one, right? By the end of the day, you're going to write out the things you're grateful for. 10, 5, 3. Just ensure that you write out something that you're grateful for. Read this out to yourself. It does something to your mind. So instead of always seeing the negative, now you're seeing the positive. You're seeing the good side. It triggers positivity. It triggers feel-good hormones. It triggers good dopamine. Trust me, this is always going to push you to want to do better. Because you'll be like, I can't wait for the end of the day to just write out all of those things I've done, all of those things I'm grateful for, all of those things I've achieved. The same way when you appreciate someone, it makes them feel good. Trust me, when you do it to yourself, you will feel good. It is a mental thing. You can just try this for a day and you'll be surprised at how it's going to push you to want to do better the next day. You don't appreciate yourself enough. Yes, I'm talking to you. I'm very certain that if you're to think back and ask yourself, when was the last time I appreciated myself? You'll be surprised that in a century you've not appreciated yourself. But it is easy for you to appreciate other people. It is easy for you to tell other people thank you. How about telling yourself thank you? Oluchi, thank you. You've been a good girl. Oluchi, thank you. You were able to pull through what you said you're going to do. Oluchi, thank you. You have been eating healthy for the future. So, Oluchi, thank you. You've been building your mind. Oluchi, thank you. You're a nice person today. Oluchi, thank you. Appreciate yourself. In all honesty and sincerity, learn to appreciate yourself this year because it's going to make you see from a place of abundance and not scarcity. All right, it's a mental thing. It rewires your brain. It rewires your mind. It rewires your view of life and people too. All right, it makes you work from a place of positivity and not negativity. Be grateful. Be grateful for yourself. Appreciate yourself. All right. The next thing you need to learn to do this year to reshape, rewire, and have a good year is the weekly digital detox. This is where you tell yourself that I need to stay away from the social media for an hour or two. All right. So you can just pick. Let's not make it so overwhelming. You can just pick a day that best suits you and pick either an hour or two or three that best suits you. All right. It's always for me, when it comes to doing things that is going to help you grow, it's always all about consistency for me, not how intense you're going at the first try. Right? If you can go 5 hours today and tomorrow you can't do anything, then 5 hours is not for you. All right. I prefer you go 1 hour today. If it is something you can easily sustain, 1 hour today, 1 hour tomorrow, just keep going 1 hour like that until you have the mental capacity to do 2 hours. All right. Instead of all going 10 hours today and tomorrow where you're nowhere to be found, consistency is very important. All right. So ensure that you make this a thing. Take out 1 hour every week to just be away from the social media because whether we like it or not, I know that we are in the social media age, tech age, and everything. But if you don't tell yourself, I need to stay away from this thing, you're going to mess your mind up. You need a time where you need to actually detach yourself from the social media space, from the screens and all of the things, shenanigans going on online, and actually talk to a real person. Read a book, touch grass, take a walk, do something that entails reconnecting with the world that you can see, not the world you're seeing on your phone or on your screen. It changes everything. Trust me, you won't know how beneficial this is until you try it. Just try it. Take a moment off the social media space, 1 hour, 2 hours, just away from the social media space, not looking at your screen, chatting, kicking, and all of these things. It makes a unique kind of difference. It kind of clarifies your mind, rewires everything, clears the negativity, makes you feel fresh to tackle what you have in front of you. All right? So moving on to the next thing you need to learn to do to have a beautiful, fabulous, and attainable year is the money micro review. I know a lot of us don't like talking about our money. We don't like the figures because we don't want to face the fact that we have been bad with our money. We don't want to face the fact that our figures are not looking good because you are not being prudent with what you have. I know, I've been there. I'm guilty. Shoot me, don't shoot me, please. But let's try to be better this year. I mean, as far as you're alive, as long as you're alive, you can learn to be better, right? So this is the year that we take charge of our finance. This is the year we take charge of everything pertaining to us and be in control, all right? So to do this, you can just take 5 minutes every week. Maybe you can do Friday, you can do Saturday or Sunday before you start the new week, right? You take 5 minutes every week to review, to audit your finance, to audit your bank statement. Ask yourself, where has my money been going to? Get to know where your money has been going to. You don't have to be a financial expert. You don't have to be a financial investor or advisor to do this. Just know where your money has been going to so as to make better money decisions the next week. Trust me, when you do this, it's going to help you in the long run by the end of the year. Because if, let's say, in January you made financial mistakes or bad decisions, you're going to see that early on, then you're going to take note of where not to sleep in February, right? Then when February comes, you've learned the lesson of January, moved it to February, and you learned from February. You didn't repeat it in February. You learn February mistakes in March, you don't repeat it in March. From there, you're growing financially. From there, you are able to control your finance. From there, you are able to do better with the money that you have. All right. So this is not something to run away from. This is not something to be scared of. My previous video, I did something about how to be financially free this year. You can check it up, right? You can check it up. I'm going to drop the link here so you can just check it out. Try as much as you can to take charge of your money this year. You don't have to be a mathematician for you to know how to build your money right, for you to know how to control your finance. Trust me, if you don't start now to control your finance, if you don't start now to know where your money is going to, in the long run, you will regret it. You keep being broke and be asking yourself, I'm earning so much, why am I still broke? Because you're not controlling your funds. You're just spending anyhow. You're spending reckless. You're not prudent. I'm not shouting at you, I promise. I'm also guilty here, so I'm also learning, right? So try as much as you can to audit your finance, review your finance, ask yourself, where's my money going to? Is this thing necessary? Is this subscription necessary? If it is not, cut it off. Is buying this thing necessary? If it is not, cut it off. All right? Build, invest, and save for the future so that your future self will be grateful for this. All right, moving on to the next thing you need to learn to do this year to have a perfect, beautiful, and a fabulous year. This next step is actually very personal to me, which is the consistent movement. Trust me, I am a 9 to 5 if you don't know. So, and majority of the time I sit down. So I'm practically sitting Monday to Friday. And if you're like me, you have no means to move your body, this is where you intentionally impute some minutes of movement into your life. Last year was not really a good year for me health-wise because I suffered a lot because I didn't take my health seriously. So this is me telling you, take your health seriously. You don't want to get to the point where it becomes very bad before you start taking your health seriously. You don't want to get to that point. So it is actually better for you to start taking your health seriously now. Ensure that before the day comes to an end that you move your body. It is very important. When you move your body is connected to your mind, right? When you move your body, you're clearing your mind, all right? Not that you're dormant, you're stuck, you're feeling blah, you're feeling meh, and you're not doing anything to build yourself, to groom yourself. You're not moving your body. Your body is a vehicle that is carrying you on this journey of life. If you neglect it, you're going to suffer it in the long run. Take care of this vehicle. Take care of this body. You have just one body, all right? Having the fact that you have just one body, well, just one life, you can't misuse it. You can't treat it anyhow, okay? So ensure that you move before the day runs out. So there is something I do right now. I have something on my phone that counts my movement. So my target is to always meet 20,000 steps by the end of the day. I have never met this target, but at least it helps me to realize that for days that I meet below, let's say the highest I've done so far is like 15,000 steps per day. That's the highest I've done so far. All right. So what I do is midday, in the morning, midday, and all of this, even before the night falls, go through my phone to see how many steps have I done for today. If it is not encouraging, if it is not much, I intentionally stand up and walk. I intentionally stand up and move my body. All right, this is something I set alarms for in case for when it doesn't come to my mind. I am trying as much as I can to take my health very serious this year, and I think it is something that you need to also do. Take your health very seriously. It is the person that is alive that works. It is the person that is alive that builds himself. All right. You can't be sick and trying to walk. You're going to die faster than you imagine. All right. So try as much as you can to take your health very seriously. Check your health and be good this year. All right. The next thing you need to learn how to do this year is the one-person connection. This is literally me calling myself out because it is something that I can't remember doing for the longest. Although I have a very good friend that I practically talk to every day, right? Although it has not been up to par yet, but hopefully this year I'll be better. So this is me telling you also to make it a point of duty to talk to somebody, connect with someone intentionally, because in the long run, we are social beings and we need to interact, we need to communicate. It genuinely does something to you when you are able to communicate with a friend, a family member, or a mentor, an accountability partner, anybody genuinely every day. Not that random social media, hello, how are you? Like when you have a genuine communication, a genuine conversation with someone every day, it does something to your mind. Try it for 1 week and you see the difference. When you intentionally check out or reach out to your friends, your family member, your sibling, your friend, anybody, you have a genuine conversation every day. No matter how small it is, but you genuinely have a good conversation. Alright, because these days the truth is with the advent of phones, smartphones, televisions, and everything, we prefer to entertain ourselves more with all of these things, forgetting the fact that we need to interact with humans, normal human beings. So these days we are more connected to our phones, but our relationships are dying. Our relationships are dying. You can get to a random family or go to an event or everything. Everybody's on their phone. Nobody's talking to each other. You can see people talking of like they are pressing their phone and everything. But if you ask them what is the name of the person sitting beside, they don't know. Everybody is always on their phone. I'm guilty, and it is something that I also want to be better at, right? Having to know that this phone that I'm with, this laptop, this thing is a tool that I need to take charge of, not it controlling me. Get to that point where you walk into an event, the first thing you're doing is not pressing your phone. The first thing you do is engaging the other person. Oh, how are you? How are you doing? Interact. That is how you build network. That is how you build friends. That is how you build and increase your association. I made a video. I'm going to put the link above, how to build your communication, how to build your communication skills through small talks if you don't know how to communicate, especially as an introvert. We need to learn to be better this year, build our communication, build our network, associate better. You might be sitting next to your breakthrough and not know because you are on your phone. So that person that is going to give you the signature that is going to skyrocket you. But you miss that. Why? Because you're on your phone. You're chatting with someone you can see. Meanwhile, you have someone beside you that you can see, but you're ignoring, intentionally or unintentionally. So make it a point of duty to tell yourself, this year I'll be more intentional with my communication. I'll be more intentional with how I relate to people. I'll be more intentional with my conversations with people. All right. So moving on to the next thing that you need to learn to do this year to have a better year and also be a better you. So the last but not the least thing you need to learn how to do this year is to keep a win tracker. We don't hype on this well enough. Most times you're waiting for the big break that you neglect the small wins. Those small wins that you're neglecting are the things that when compiled together, it is going to show you how far you have come. A lot of people talk about this, but the thing is, are you doing it? Are you documenting your small wins? Because when you eventually get to that zone you're looking up to, the small wins that you've put a track of, it is the thing that you're going to use to tell your story, that people will relate with and believe in the fact that, oh, this person actually had a journey. And yes, if this person can do it, then I can do it. But you neglect your small wins and you beat yourself up so much, so realize now you're actually winning. In the grand scheme of things, but you neglect yourself so much and you beat yourself up so much that you ignore the fact that you're actually winning. I mean, in hindsight, when you look at your small wins, you're doing so much. But you don't value those things because you're not keeping track of the small wins. You're not keeping track of the little progress that you're making. You're not keeping tracks. You pray for an accommodation today, you get the accommodation. Instead of to document it, you ignore that as something that isn't very important or that is basic, not realizing that there are people that are looking for accommodations. One of the little, I won't call it little per se, in all honesty, because there are a lot of people that are looking up to that break that you tag little and they are yet to see it. So try as much as you can to document your little wins, document your progress, document those little achievements that you've made, even the mistakes, because by so doing, you're learning from them, you're appreciating how far you've come, and you'll be able to give your blueprint to the younger generations for them to learn from. Don't ignore the humble beginning. Even the Bible made mention of this. Your humble beginning is part of your life's journey. It is very important. All right. So this is where we are going to be wrapping it up for today. It has been a very beautiful time recording this video. I enjoyed myself, if you can tell. Okay, so this is where I'll be asking you this very important question. Have you subscribed to my channel yet? Why haven't you subscribed? It is entirely free. Please do well to click the red button and subscribe. Try as much as you can to also turn on the notification bell because you'll be notified whenever I post a video. Alright, my name is Luchi and this is LuchisJournal. On this platform, we do everything self-development. We address real talk issues, we address life issues and every other thing in between. And this is also basically me documenting my life and sharing my life lessons. And also I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you that have been engaging, that have been liking and dropping their comments. Please don't be shy. Drop your comments. I learn from you as well. Like this video, share this video, because there might be somebody out there that is in need of this and you not sharing is denying them the access to gain the knowledge that they need to gain from this. Alright, so if you've learned something from this video, please do it to drop it in the comment section. If there are also things that you think that you've been doing that has been working for you, that you want other people to learn from, please do well to drop it in the comment section. All right, like this video, share your comment, subscribe, and I'm going to be seeing you on my next one. But until then, please do well to take care of yourself and be good to this.